All right, Taurus, here we go. It's June 2022 for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. I'm going in straight. We're not going to do a pre-shuffle. We're just going in with these June readings. We're diving right into summer here. Summer in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. Let's see where we go. All right? Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Taurus for June 2022, universe. Let's go. Let's do it. This first card out before the cut. It tells us why the fuck we're here. Why are we here, Taurus? Now I get the same thing. I get the same thing every time for you. I get a King of Swords here is why we're here. Somebody knows what they want to do. They need to do it. King of Swords does take action, though. That's nice to see. All right. The energy I'm getting here is the same energy I get for you all the time. It's somebody got to swallow their pride and come back to you. Either you were with them and they ran, or they just ran. One or the other. They need to suck it up and tell you how they feel, and they know damn well how they feel. Knight of Cups. I was about to say that before I even looked at the card. Knight of Cups. They do. They want to come in and do this. The King of Swords takes action. They just need to get real. I believe that's true. I believe somebody might be coming back to you. So far, that's what the pre-cut would indicate. I do see a resistance, though. I do see that they need to push past something to get, you know, that King of Swords. Whenever I notice, he's just sitting, right? All the swords are down. He's just sitting in that Light Seer deck. Sometimes I notice that, sometimes I don't. Let's see where we go. Let's pull ourselves a reading. This is soulmate energies for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for June 2022. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. Overall energy after all that shuffling is again the Knight of Cups. Yeah, somebody knows what they want to do. They need to suck it up and do it. They need to go to the grocery store and get those damn roses. What's crossing this? Let's find out. 10 swords. Tell you the same thing I told Aries. We're going to see 10 swords and 10 wands a lot. And this is a different deck than I used for them. But here it is. 10 swords. It again is somebody in this case here. It's not somebody who necessarily. I mean, the connection, it does feel over to them. It could probably because they ended it, but it's more a case of somebody here who needs to put down something and do this. They need to go to the store and get those roses. All right, they need to take care of it. They need to put their pride down. They need to put something down. All right, something needs to come to an end for this to happen. And it's within your person, all right? The reading's on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how your person feels and their emotions. This is how they feel in the soul, not what they show you, not what they tell you. This right here is the hidden energy, message from the universe. I'll share it with you. It's red with the energy of the connection, and right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I will clarify everything and throw some universe cards over the top. I think for most of the time here, as far as extendeds go, I think the overview video for June pretty much covers it. And that is all 12 signs added together into one reading. It's a beautiful, beautiful extended. Check it out if you want more information. It is what it is. Right here is the energy around the connection. Yep. The Empress. They feel you. Well, of course they do. That King of Swords is sitting down, but he knows the truth. He's the King of Truth. This Knight of Cups has come up twice. There's a magnetic attraction for this person to come back to you. That's the Queen of Tits. That's the best tits in the tarot. Once you've seen them, you got to have them. There's a huge pull for this person to put something down. Put something down before it's too late. Put their pride down. Swallow their pride. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever it is. Let's find out what's going on in their emotions right now. 4 of Wands. I think a lot of you were married to this person, or this person wanted to marry you. Whether they told you or not. Either way, this right here is somebody who, because of the Empress here, somebody who sees your value, somebody who feels you, somebody who's drawn to you, somebody who's thinking about you. You bring stability to this person. If this person is someone who ran from you, you were together and then they ran from you, this is someone who now realizes that with you they had stability. With you, this is the road to the 10 of Pentacles. With you, they had 10 Pentacles. If they just ran from you and you were never with them, they now understand, they see your value. They get it. They haven't found any better tits out there on Tinder or Craigslist or any of that. They aren't out there. What do they feel in the soul? about you. Yeah, look at that. There's the ego. Ego. Ego don't belong in the soul. It's bookending the Empress here. Stubborn, Burger King, got to have it their way. It's someone, again, they need to put something down. They need to put this ego down, swallow their pride, and come back and tell you how they feel. Tell you they made a mistake. They fucked up. Whether it was just running from you or whatever, telling you they didn't, that they weren't interested, whatever it is. This is, I fucked up upright, and I'm not willing to admit it. I'm not going to go back and crawl back. Well, they have to. They have to. They have to put down this ego. I've been telling you since before this card came out. Before this can happen. This is our overall energy. This is what they want to do. It's the energy they're living in. And I see it here. There's a magnetic pull toward this connection for them. What's the universe want to tell us? It's red with the Empress. Temperance. Angel energy. This is angel energy too. Classification of energy anyway. It's they need to, again, it's the same thing. This person, they need to, the universe isn't saying they are balancing. The universe, if anything, this magnetic pull toward the connection, their feminine energy coming up, you're reflecting as pure Empress energy. If anything, that's making their ego get stronger, and the universe is trying to balance it here. There's angel energy all around this. They know exactly what they want. This reading here, the only thing stopping me from saying your person's going to show up and you two are going to get back together is this card. This energy that does not belong in the soul. It's right there. That's our stop. That's the dam holding the water back. Okay, what's the potential final outcome? Red with the Four of Wands, technically, Five of Wands. They're afraid there's going to be a fight here. Okay, you could say, I could say they're having an internal struggle with themselves. They're not having any internal struggle. They're just refusing to put their ego down. They're afraid there's going to be a fight here. There's a conflict that you two, or a misunderstanding that you two need to work out. And if you say no, if you're watching this video and you go, I'm going to shut this fucker off, I hate this Steve guy, he's wrong. There's no conflict. Well, really, there's no conflict. Really. So you're sitting next to your person on the couch, feeling each other up right now while you're watching me, is it? There's no conflict. There's a conflict of some kind. There's a misunderstanding or a conflict. You're confused as to why they ran. It could be anything, but that's what they're afraid of. That's what needs to be balanced out. This is a card that comes right after Temperance. Right after the message from the universe, I look at the final outcome. This is sort of a lead-in. We'll have to see what falls on top of this. But this is it's just a base card in the final outcome. I think if they do show up, you two are going to have a fight. I believe it. And I think it might be because they aren't willing to admit too much. Okay, I think it might be that. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's go. We're going to clarify with the witches. All right. Empress. Why is it here? Why is the Empress here? Tell me about the Empress. This is powerful energy around the connection. I don't know how they can resist this. Okay, I don't know. Worried about, again, they've got to eat crow. They've got to come back with the tail between their legs. And this person, very ego-based person you've got here. All right, maybe they're successful in life. They make a lot of money or something, or they're just popular. I don't know why their ego is so high. Sometimes with the King of Wands, it's false ego. You know, it's just someone puffing themselves up. One of them people tells themselves in the mirror how great they are. I don't know. Empress, why is it here? Tell me about the Empress. Let's go. Let's go. Six of Pentacles. An undying urge to come back and give to this. They fucked up. This whole reading right here is somebody who fucked up. Fucked up royally. Royally fucked up. What's on top? Empress on top of Empress. There. For those of you out there like, nah, I don't think this reading is for me. It is. You're going to have to apply. I'm talking in general terms. I'm talking to thousands of people. What do you want me to do? I have to, you know, the cards are visuals for you. I just got Empress on top of Empress. Their feminine energy is coming up. You're reflecting as the Empress. I said it earlier. Rewind. There's your proof. It's right there. This is super magnetic. They know exactly what they want to do. The only thing stopping it is this fucker right there. And why is the Empress here? The Magician. Everything is in place. Everything is in place. If you ever go see a magic show, it's set up before you get there. Right? Before the magician comes out on stage, everything is set up, isn't it? They don't set it up in progress. Sure, sometimes they wheel some shit out, but you know, it's not being set up around the person while you're standing. It's set up. Everything is ready to go. The energy is here for you two to come together. It's right there. Somebody just needs to do something. There needs to be a spark, right? Okay. Also, this person is also, because this is bookending this, is trying to look away from this. They're trying to pretend it's not there. This energy tells me this ego, this nonsense that's keeping them from coming towards you, this ego they got to put down, worried about a conflict or whatever it is all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. All right, this person thinks I'll just find somebody else like them. It'll be easier and I'll behave better in that relationship. They're not going to find anybody else like this. It's double Empress and a Magician. 3 major arcana cards make up the energy around this connection. The universe is pissed at this person. I am too. I don't like this fucker. Okay? I mean, in the soul, this doesn't belong there. It's bleeding down in there, and they're fooling themselves. Why is the 4 of Wands here? They know that you're the stability. They know they could have had something, or they had something here. They're well aware. Why is the 4 of Wands here? Why? Page of Swords. Because somebody behaved like a child here. Somebody spoke to you. If this person, in this energy of the soul, if you were to run into this person, they would probably be rude to you. They would probably be mean to you. They might just be, they might ignore you, or they might brush you off. You know, again, a lot of smoke and mirrors happening here. This person's very emotionally immature. They were too emotionally immature. If you were with them, they were too emotionally immature for the relationship. All right, they need to put this down. The universe is very clear about that with the 10 swords crossing the Knight of Cups. Unless they do something, this thing is over. It's done. And it's all their fault. It's right there. What's on top? Ace of Swords. It's a reconciliation card. It's what they want. But I'm not sure they're mature enough to get it. This guy certainly isn't. This guy's not cut out, male or female. This is the guy on the card. This guy's not cut out for relationships. He got a little black book the size of a New York City phone book. He want to bang every 20-year-old in town. He 45, right? He want to bang every 20-year-old in town, right? And it's that kind of thing. The wandering eye, if you will. But deep down, they know that you're the 4 of Wands. They probably, for some of you, had it with you already. Why is the Ace of Swords here? 9 swords. Drives them fucking crazy. Pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey, staying up all night. That's your person. That's what they wear to bed, male or female. The Ace of Swords, this notion that you represent stability to them, that what they could have had or what they had and walked away from, drives this person crazy. But they keep shutting it down. The King of Wands shuts that down. Right? It's cool, you know, just brush it off. It's all right. Now, this is too strong an energy here. This card, this energy of that is bookending 2 Empresses and a Magician. Why is the King of Wands here? Tell me about this soul energy of this person. I think this is bullshit. I think it's smoke and mirrors within them. I think they know what they want to do. I just think they're not emotionally mature enough to do it. But they can be. I think their soul is better than this. I think their soul is better than that. And I'm about to prove it with some cards, I believe. Here we go. It's bullshit. And what I said, it's right here. It's the 8 of Swords crossing that. Swords don't belong in the soul, and neither does the King of Wands. The King of Wands in the soul would be someone who's like a player. You know, someone who I've often said this about your reading. It's like a midlife crisis. Is what it feels like to me on some level. But this is nonsense. 8 of Swords. It's all smoke and mirrors. They're telling themselves all this stuff. They're self-generating this ego that they have. All right? It doesn't matter who you are. We all need love. Okay, what's on top? 2 swords. They're of 2 minds. They're of 2 souls. One's fake and one's real. One of these swords is shinier than the other one. This person, with this Ace of Swords here in the motion, they know all this. It drives them crazy. And they just won't put this down. They won't be vulnerable. That's all there is to it. It's fake. It's smoke and mirrors. Whatever ego they have, it's something they tell themselves over and over and over again. Why is the 2 of Swords here? It causes a stalemate. It causes no action. Causes them to keep away from something that could lead to 10 Pentacles. And they know it. Why is the 2 of Swords here? Ace of Pentacles. They feel superior in keeping distance, in staying quiet. They feel like there might be a conflict. It's sort of like this. They feel like there might be a conflict here. They're going to have to, their ego is going to take some hits. It's going to get some dents in it. And they feel superior in keeping a distance. This Ace of Pentacles is why the Two of Swords is here. They keep telling themselves they're great. That's an easy way to paraphrase it for a general audience. Okay? It's all ego keeping them from coming in. That's it. They've got to put their ego down. It's all fucking ego. Okay, Temperance. What's the universe want to tell us here? Now, I got an angel here. And in this deck, my angel, my mechanic. Right? He's terrific. Smokes a little too much. Takes too many breaks. But he's all right. He's good. But it's Archangel Michael. And here's his sword over here. And so these are tied together somehow. Let's find out. Temperance. Tell me about Temperance. What do you want to tell these Taurus people, universe? What do you want to tell them? Why is this here? It's the Queen of Swords crossing it. She holds that sword. The universe is basically saying they know the truth here. They can't. This energy, 3 major arcanas, 2 empresses. Their energy is, their feminine energy is up. Your reflecting is pure empress. The energy is set. The stage is set. It's ready to go. And this person's all smoke and mirrors with their ego. Nah, it's fine. I'm not going to go back and tell them that I did, okay, fine. But then you're going to be left out in the cold with nothing. We might see that in the final outcome. I don't know. But what I have here is somebody who knows the truth. They can't unknow it, and they're feeling this on a high level. These are read together. They need to cut this shit out, is what the universe is saying. What's on top? 4 swords. The energy, the good news. You want the good news? I'll give it to you. Okay, this is angel energy. The energy of this connection here, this is read with the Empress, which means by default it's read with both Empresses. The energy of this connection combined with their feminine energy that's coming up and balancing them a little bit inside them is healing to this person. They are healing. Also, I've said it to you before and I will say it again, this person has some past trauma that they've never dealt with. And I highly doubt you know about it 100%. If you do, good for you. But people keep a lot of things quiet. Okay, sometimes you could be married to somebody for 10 years before you find out they had a handsy uncle. Okay, it can happen. They just keep it quiet and it explains everything. At that point, that's why you behave that way. Okay, it is like that. I'm not saying that's your person's situation, but you catch my drift. They are healing from something, and this connection is healing them. So in all the while they're keeping their distance, the good news is they're getting better. This energy is diminishing, is what the universe is saying. That's good. As for June, whether it's enough, I don't know. Let's see. Why the 4 swords here? 8 wands. It will eventually cause communication. As they heal more, they're more likely to communicate. Okay? And the angel energy is there. It's healing them. It is. It's calming them down. They put up this false ego to protect themselves. It's a self-protection mechanism. It's a protection mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. That's the word I was looking. That's the phrase I was looking for. They puff themselves up as a defense mechanism. They tried to make themselves great in life because maybe it wasn't great earlier. I don't know. Whatever it is, they're a carpet sweeper. We can put it that way, which is never good. When we do that, it's like running away from a soulmate connection. The energy builds. You get more and more depressed and more regret because the love builds. Well, if you carpet sweep past problems, past pains, they just fester in there. Negative energy feeds itself. It doesn't need to be fed. It grows into a monster. As this person heals, the good news is they're more likely to reach out. There looks like is eventually some sort of communication and forward movement here. I don't know. This is our lead-in card to here. They're worried about communicating with you. This verifies what I told you when this hit the table, because there's going to be conflict and it's going to put some dents in their ego. And they're not ready to put that ego down yet. It's still a defense mechanism for them. Why is the 5 of Wands here? Now these are read with these. This ought to be interesting. And this is our lead-in. So, what are they going to do? What's the final on this, universe? Tell me about the 5 of Wands. What's crossing it? 9 cups. It is the wish fulfilled. The energy around them, this is the affecting energy. It's the room they're in. It's the air they're breathing. These base cards are how they're behaving in it. That being said, the air, it's They feel this connection on a high level. You are their wish fulfilled. They know it. I already told you that with the Four of Wands that hit the table. They know they fucked up here. They do. And this ego is getting in the way. What's on top? The Hierophant. Again, I reiterate, I think some of you were already with this person. Some of you, not all of you. Either way, this person here has gone through some spiritual changes. We already know that. This is read with the Ace of Swords, and we already know the Ace of Swords is tied to these, which told us about healing. We, at the very least, whether your person has a past pain or not, that they're, childhood trauma or something like that, it doesn't matter. They puff up with some kind of fake-ass ego. This connection is healing them. This right here is telling me they have changed. They know what this connection is. They know the truth about what's inside them now. They just need to put down the ego. They need to stop worrying about whatever conflict there is and get it straightened out. We got to see the final on this. Nines are the end in tarot. Tens are the end, dead end that lead to a new beginning. This is the end of staying up all night worrying about this. And it's read with this next card that comes out. Why is the Hierophant here? The Six of Wands. Again, the message is the same. Okay? This person does eventually show up in front of you. They absolutely do. This ego is diminishing. They're getting past it. The connection is growing so strong that they have no choice but to come towards you. At some point, they will have no choice. And I saw something very similar in Aries. When I pulled that angle, they're very close to you. Okay? Again, we're just splitting the soulmate cycle into 12 slices. Your slice is right next to Aries, so it's not surprising with different cards in different decks that you got a similar kind of message in a different way. Okay, so I would recommend watching the Aries reading a little bit. I recommend you watch all 12 because they all 12 together add up into a big all signs reading. It's a giant way, a huge, massive way of doing an all signs reading. All right, that being said, you do what you want to do. This person eventually gets victory over this because this connection's healing them. As this connection heals them, or as they heal from a past pain, it's also helping them to do that. This ego diminishes, and they eventually come in and reach out. There is victory to be had here. And it's because of this connection. This connection is saving this person's life. There's no doubt about it. And I know they might treat you like shit. I know they might have told you they're not interested. I know they might not be reaching out. They might be total silence. You're going to get some good karma for this at the end of it. So just let it play out. You don't have to do anything. The connection, the energy itself is all healing energy is all around this person, big time. And it's like having one of the best doctors in the world at their bedside, and they just sit there 24/7. All right, let's pull 3 cards from the universe, and maybe a crossing card. See what it wants to tell you. What else you want to tell Taurus here about this? It looks like at the end of the day, but it's going to vary for all of you when this happens. All right, it looks like June may end with victory here of some kind, and they may just show up out of nowhere. I don't know, but this person's got some healing they need to do, and they need to put that ego down. The ego is fake. The ego is a defense mechanism. They're protecting themselves, shielding themselves. The way an abused child might lose themselves in daydreams and escapism and things like that. The ego is an escape for this person. It's an image. It's a persona they put out to mask things. The universe is having none of that anymore. The energy is making them look at all that stuff. It's healing it. So, what else you want to tell Taurus? Give me 3 cards. And, okay, yeah, the King of Cups. Look at this. The Queen of Cups. The Knight of Wands. Definitely. Aries from a different deck. Aries got that in the same position. I'm telling you, watch all 12 of these readings, but I'm pointing you, Taurus, to the Aries reading for some additional information. 7 of Wands is our affecting energy crossing the Queen of Cups. They're defensive towards love. They're afraid to open up. Eventually, they're just going to snap and do it. Okay? I'll phrase it to you that way. I won't get all fancy with stuff. They love you. King and Queen of Cups comes up a lot for you, Taurus, in your readings. I get both of them. I get someone who loves you more than anything in the world. And you'd be surprised by the way they show you, and that's that King of Cups energy. He's very stingy with giving that love. The Queen of Cups gives the full cup, but it's blocked. Their defense mechanism, they're defensive. Their defense mechanism of ego is blocking it. The universe is telling you here, just let the record play. Flow with the energy. Be cool. They're going to snap one day and just show up. All right. Also, it's telling me in the current energy they're in, because these two are red together. These are red center, left, right. In the current energy they're in, they're kind of a player type energy. You know, right now, while that ego is up, they're just, you know, going to parties they're too old to go to. You know, kind of like this right here. You know, it really is. It's that kind of energy. But they will eventually put this down. There's too much love here. So if you're wondering if this person actually loves you, they do. There's just some smoke and mirrors, ego shit up getting in the way. But they're healing from it. The connection itself is healing from it. They are drawn to this. It's on their mind. 2 empresses in the energy of the connection. It's massive, the amount of energy that's there. It's massive. And it's all healing to your person. And eventually it leads to communication. All right, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I do. I hope. Again, this is all they want to do. The Knight of Cups right here. But it's fine. I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit and tell you they're coming in. I mean, they are, but they got to heal first. All right? It is what it is. It's the truth, and it's right here in front of you on the table. You saw the cards land. It's right there. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, Taurus. Good luck.